Yo, so people, a couple things. For one, I appreciate everybody subscribing. I don't get to see all the comments. Jamarcus reads them sometimes and he tells me stuff. Look, show him a good view of Hunter real quick. Look, Hunter, tell him a little bit real quick if you can about your love for dogs.
Man, it's a man's best friend.
Light, there you go.
Thank you, even though I'm light skinned. A man's best friend. I've had dogs since I was a little kid, man. And I got my own official dog in college, and we went through hell and back together. Car wreck together, lived in my car together. He stayed with my godparents when my dad was in the hospital, and I was living in the hospital. So, and the love and companionship between us two have never changed. Trevor can tell you, Jamarcus can tell you, that dog follows me around to the T. Titan will be 8 March 1st. So that passion right there, me and Trevor kind of leaked in. That's how we started with fitness, what brought us together. Then dogs brought us together once we got to know each other a little bit better. And then we co-owned Blue together, and now we co-own Tron together.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Somebody reached out today. Guy was like, I kid you not, I might pull this thing up just so you can see. And I mean, you could tell he was itching to talk to me. I sent him a message, and here it goes. It's GBVL. Look at all these missed calls. I'm like, bro, my man. And I call back. So I shot him out. I said, looks like you called. He called me right away. And 2 seconds later, I'm like, my man, what's up? And I'm just sitting down on the couch at my friends waiting for Jamarcus. And he says, hey, man, I got a few questions for you. Now, he had more than a few. But one of the questions he asked was, how did you build your team? I was watching your YouTube, such and such. And basically what I'm telling you is this. In the American bully space, it's egotistically driven by people who need a dog to feel like a man or a woman. Some of y'all are not going to like that I said it, but that is the truth. These dogs don't make or break me, and they do not fund my success. I've never bet on another man to be successful. If you know anything about me, or you go back and look at my other pages, I literally would tell people who have 800,000 followers. I was there when they had 14,000 followers. I said, do not post me, do not share me. I don't want nobody to know you know me. Because how I always looked at business was, if I ever put my power in a man's hand, the Bible says trust no man, or put faith in no man. If I ever put my business in the fate of a man's hands and it failed, it would be my fault. But by association, kind of like Jared with the Subway thing, all of a sudden you're deemed as selling the wrong type of sandwich. So you go, how do we really find success here? Well, success can't be based on how much money these dogs make us. It needs to be based on, like you heard Hunter say, both trial, tribulation, and the opportunity the dog provides to better us as men. And believe me, every dog that I've had over 15 plus years has bettered me in some form or fashion, even down to me getting back into the breeding space. So let me be very clear. I'll tell you a small story. I come back one time to an apartment I had at the time, and Zara had chewed up, got out, destroyed everything. The old ways, you whoop the dog, you get mad and upset. You know, that was one of the first times, I'll be honest. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna go on a 2-mile walk. I've been gone for a lot of times. It's like, dang. In that moment, you start becoming more accountable, more responsible. You learn a little bit more about patience. And mind you, a good walk when you're upset, it'll cool you off too, instead of being reactive. Because you will feel badly. That dog didn't do nothing wrong. I was gone for like 8 hours. She was a puppy. I didn't lock the cage clearly. Now, she is an escape artist. So I'm not going to knock the fact that she probably could get out of a lock on top of a lock on top of a lock. That's still locked. So you'd be like, yo, how's all this locked and she out? She's like, I don't want to be in there. And I locked it back just to let you know you can't lock me up. So that's who she is. But one thing we found, she has no cage at my friends and places that she's been, that as long as the dog is stimulated, properly taken care of, she does fine. She does fine, and all of them do for the most part. So let me be straightforward in saying, how do you find great kennel partners and build a great team? You've got to put your pride aside. Now, I don't trust people, but I trust people. I trust the work. And the one thing that we all do is we do the work. We take care of our dogs, which you've heard me say and you keep hearing me say. When he asked, hey, how do I find people who want to take the time to do what we're doing? I said, if within 3, I'm telling you guys this, if within the first 3, we'll say lines of communication, they're talking about how much money we're going to make, that's not the team. You're not going to build a team. You're going to build a problem. Because now every time, especially when the dog gets a certain age, we're thinking, man, we got to get this money out of this dog. Most people don't ever get the money out of their house. Most people don't ever get money out of their cars. Most people don't get money out of 9 out of 10 things that they build in excess. You go buy, if you got a wife and kids or a wife and a house, you go buy on average anywhere from a $2,000 to $7,000 couch. You didn't get your money out of the couch. It's this place for you guys to come together and sit down and potentially enjoy some television at times. I don't know why people see a dog and think, man, I'm about to get all this money out of this dog. It looks like it's that easy because social media has painted what we call fugazi. And here's the truth, as I'm gonna continue to tell you guys the truth, this is an expensive hobby. And if I didn't understand business, I wouldn't even bring these guys into this. If I didn't know how to build a brand, I wouldn't tell them that there was an opportunity. If it wasn't more about the education, there would be no success. We would have to live and die based on our dogs. And I don't ever want to bet my success on one of these dogs being great. It's gonna be based on us and our work. Our ability to teach, connect you to our brand, provide better nutrition solutions for your dog, build a supplement company, educate, all the things that actually can be businesses. And that's not to say people have not and will not be successful exchanging dogs for currency. That's not what I'm saying. In some countries, to be clear, it is like a black market thing because they're selling Frenchies on the black market in exchange for whatever and getting money. It's a lot of info out there, documentaries. But as for us, it's about what our dogs can do for our home. And I'll be clear in saying for those people that are reaching out, if ever someone who just wants a pet, wants to buy one of my dogs, I'm selling it to the pet home all day. I'm not here trying to get people the opportunity to breed more dogs and create more problems. We got to do it correctly, and we're going to pace ourselves in doing so. We're going to keep teaching, educating, and bettering the breed and dogs in general. We're all going to get more dogs so we can better the world of dogs and how people we think can learn from us and communicating with their dog and building and tightening up their relationship a little bit. But if your team is a team that is in need of finance, I know a guy who bred a 1-year-old female because he felt he needed to pay his rent. That's a dangerous thing to do to a dog, in my experience, especially too early. And and I know whose kennel partner it was. You go, man, I don't know that I would have done that. Matter of fact, I know for a fact I wouldn't have done that. It just wouldn't have happened. But anybody desperate, stay away from acts of desperation. Another dangerous thing. Somebody's desperate like this, man, I need to get some money. You go, well, what you got over there? You're like, what you need, bro? Get out of you gotta go. That kind of nervous energy makes me uncomfortable. But a team, oftentimes, as Ray Lewis said it best. And if I know where the clip is, but when I don't watch football, but what I do watch the stories. So there was a time where the Ravens had basically held every team in the NFL, including at Super Bowl, under 10 points. And Ray Lewis said it's rough beating men who see something. You know, they already getting paid to play football. None of them had to be successful. But for that year, I believe, no team in all the games scored over 10 points on the Ravens defense. It's rough beating men who see something. When you can get men together, women included, that see the same thing and want to take advantage of the same opportunity life provides to be better, it's rough stopping that group of people. So we've grown on all platforms because of our love for our dogs. And we're going to continue to grow because of the love we have for our dogs, the intent, the time, the money, the energy. And we're going to help you continue to better your dogs. So stay tuned, take care of your dogs, and thank you for watching.